how much was the Vietnam War in the news at that time?
It was really in the news because I went to Vietnam right after the Tet. Tet was a big,
The Tet Offensive.
The Tet Offensive by the North Vietnamese and the Viet Cong was huge as far as its pictures in the paper and all that. I mean, it just skyrocketed as far as United States involvement there. And so anyway, I was there. I served my year in the Delta, Mekong Delta, where by that time I was a major. I think I was promoted to major when I was there, and I was what's called an intelligence. I was an advisor to the Vietnamese, South Vietnamese, and so everybody. It was a G2 advisor, which G2 means intelligence, on the general staff, and so you had G1 is personnel, G2 is intelligence, G3 is.
So you said the Vietnam War is in the news a lot. You know, at least from the news, you have some idea that this I'm going into. This is a real war I'm going into. What are those last months at home like as you're preparing to go to war? Do you have any recollections of that?
Yeah, but by that time, Bob Jr. was born, and I don't think Robin was born 1967, 68. One of anyway, I know Bob was born, and I'd have to just look at the books to see if Robin was born. Beth would know, but anyway, yes, going to war is not one of the biggest things is that you're leaving your family to go there, not knowing whether you're gonna make it back or not, but you're leaving your family to have to. Mom has to do 2 jobs now, raising children, and she taught school, and so she had to worry about things like that on her own. We had some problems with the payroll when I was in Vietnam, and she wasn't receiving her pay properly, and so she didn't have much money, and I had to go to Saigon to get that straightened out, and she didn't get a lot of cooperation from people at Fort Holabird in Maryland to get this problem straightened out. But things like that. So, so that you do worry. I mean, you do worry that you don't really think you're going to. I didn't really think that I was going to not return to Vietnam. But I returned from Vietnam. But I was obviously concerned about my family, my wife, and
just the things that they're going to have to deal with on their own.
And